He thanks you for dealing with the first World Eater. It's a start. You should go see Out of Date and find out what you can about the machine he's named the Ark. Even if Out of Date doubts your intentions, he depends on your help, and the Sifu is confident he'll let you know what you need. He trusts you know where to find Out of Date by now. He's always been at the foot of the tree, and that hasn't changed. There it is, the Tree of Life. The idea that all life is related by common descent, where the twigs are existing species and those produced in the past represent the succession of the extinct. The tree's great branches were once budding twigs, a connection between the past, present, and future. A representation of all extinct and living species with its ever-branching and beautiful ramifications. We are an evolution of those that came before. Feels good to be alive. Let's see. It's a place well hidden. It's just below the above. Out of Date's impressed you made it this far, but there's still so much left to do. The end of the world is still on everyone's minds. You've beaten a path where you have the power to destroy or save everyone. Question is, what you'll do with that responsibility. He worries about you. If you love yourself, you don't hurt others. But the more you hate yourself, the more you want others to suffer. Thinks it's important that you remember who you are and where you came from. So what do you think his are? He's the one that's called Out of Date, remember? Out of Date says there's a time for everything. And now there's no use thinking of the past, for it's gone. Think of the present, because that's where you are. It's time to set your priorities as the one who completes things. He's worried that you're putting the world at risk. But darkness isn't necessarily the end of the world. It's just another perspective. If the world really does end, there won't be anywhere to run. So he's prepared for the worst. Something he calls the Ark.
Kobwa, jak?
He hopes you're right. He gets that you mean the journey continues either way, but personally he wants the tree to survive.
Luatolo maua.
Out of Date says there's no clear record of the chain of events that changed the course of history and brought the world to its knees.
Fofo umpa bagwa papamo.
He's found evidence on the Ark, records of a crisis, decades of contamination that permeated the ground and broke its inner core.
Bilia antuf.
The contamination disrupted what we now know as Ki energy, the life force that runs through all things, living and inanimate.
Nuekek ujbar no barke.
He's been told the blight affected everything at a genetic level and turned our perception of normality on its head.
Kozata ghetto.
It was only those that changed that avoided extinction, proving that the possibility for survival and renewal was real.
Yevofo lolan ofo.
He understands you are curious about the ship at the foot of the tree. He says it surfaced when the oil broke through the ground.
Yalawa wat nawa.
The Ark predates the back-in days, and now, after years of study of the manuals he found inside, he believes he's figured the ship out.
Mokbu far kobi.
The Ark has room for 4 more, even if you think no one else is worth saving if the world comes to an end.
Atu awa ya ea.
He'll keep the seats open, and you are free to invite up to 4 others to join you in the Ark in the event of a cataclysm.
Pai katawa.
Out of Date says that from what he's heard, you've been busy.
Ewe boboye.
He says he appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's got urgent news from his friend Gizmo in the West.
Loma utulu ba yowo.
Out of Date says he knows you're good-hearted enough to do your best to support Gizmo.
Potowata.
He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Gizmo and making sure he gets what he needs is up to you. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date's forebodings are justified. The jumbo puff needs to be taken care of.
Yalawa wat nawa.
Out of Date says that Gizmo is worried now that the Western World Eater is stepping up its activity.
Tulua ba volua.
He explains that Gizmo is working on a scrap walker vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done.
Yalawa wat nawa.
Out of Date suggests that you should head west as fast as possible and see what you can do to help.
Oloi bo bopaweg.
He wonders what's on your mind.
Le yayato.
Wish...
Mao maoya.
He says you really need...
Lua tolu tum.
He's happy to help.
Ya, savoita mua.
Hide or hunt tonight. That's your call. Let's see.
Esti tattainu luovavautyrananu.
That leads him...
Pyytäkin gamman.
He's not in a state to go looking, so he's counting on you to help. Go find him a tanker truck.
Run, Dark, run!
It's not a race.
You only say that because you're losing.
Doesn't mean I'm wrong.
No, there are lots of other reasons you're wrong.